Imagine waking up for suhoor, but instead of an alarm clock, an AI assistant wakes you up at the perfect time. It reminds you of your duas, calculates your hydration levels, and even recommends the best foods to keep you energized throughout the fast. Now, fast forward a few years, AI is planning your Ramadan schedule, tracking your prayers, and even answering your Islamic questions. But wait, is this helpful, or does it take away the sincerity of worship? What does Islam say about AI and fasting? Can technology truly enhance our Ramadan experience, or does it come with hidden dangers? Let's explore this in depth. Ramadan is not just about abstaining from food and drink. It's about spiritual growth, self-discipline, and drawing closer to Allah. But as AI becomes more advanced, it's entering nearly every aspect of life, including religious practices. Can AI help us become better Muslims during Ramadan, or could it weaken our sincerity in worship? In this video, we'll break down how AI is already influencing fasting and Ramadan rituals, what Quran and Hadith say about relying on technology in worship, the ethical and spiritual concerns AI brings to Islam, and most importantly, where do we draw the line? Stay with me till the end because this topic might change the way you see Ramadan in the future. Fasting in Ramadan is not just about avoiding food and drink. It's about self-control, patience, and deep spiritual reflection. It's a test of faith that requires endurance, mindfulness, and a personal connection with Allah. But as artificial intelligence AI continues to advance, it's gradually becoming part of our daily religious practices, even in Ramadan. At first, this sounds like convenience. AI-powered apps can assist us in fasting, praying, and reciting the Quran. Smart devices can remind us of worship, and AI-driven health tools can even ensure we're eating properly during suhoor and iftar. But the real question is Ramadan meant to be efficient? Ramadan is a time of struggle, reflection, and personal effort. If AI makes fasting easier, does it also take away from the essence of worship? Let's explore this deeper. In today's digital age, AI is already being used to assist in religious practices. Many Muslims don't even realize how much AI has become integrated into their worship. One of the most common ways AI is used in Ramadan is through fasting time calculations. Traditionally, Muslims relied on sightings of the moon and local scholars to determine suhoor and iftar timings. But today, AI-driven apps can automatically calculate fasting hours based on location and time zones, adjust suhoor and iftar reminders dynamically, ensuring accuracy and even predict moon sightings using astronomical data. For busy individuals, this sounds like a great convenience. But does this level of automation take away from the traditional spirit of Ramadan, where scholars and communities would gather to determine these timings based on faith and observation? The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of physically sighting the moon to mark the start of Ramadan. Fast when you see it, the crescent, and break your fast when you see it. Sahih Bukhari 1909. When we rely only on AI to dictate fasting times, are we losing the community-based, human aspect of the sunnah? AI is also changing the way we approach our daily prayers during Ramadan. Smart devices like AI-powered apps that remind you of prayer times, smart speakers that play adhan at the exact moment, wearable devices that vibrate to notify you about salah. At first glance, this seems beneficial. Many Muslims struggle to keep up with prayer times, especially in non-Muslim countries where there are no mosque at hand. AI fills this gap. But here's the problem. Does this automation weaken our personal responsibility? Islam teaches us to be mindful of our salah. If we rely on technology to remind us, are we still making an active effort to prioritize our prayers? The Prophet Muhammad emphasized personal discipline in prayer, saying, "The best deeds are those done consistently, even if they are small." Sahih Bukhari 64:64. If AI is the only thing ensuring our consistency, are we truly building our faith or just becoming dependent on technology? Another major shift AI has brought is in Quran recitation and memorization. Today, AI-powered Quran apps can listen to your recitation and provide real-time tajweed corrections, generate personalized learning plans to help with memorization, read and translate verses instantly in multiple languages. For those who struggle with learning the Quran, these AI tools are incredibly useful. But is there a risk in relying too much on AI for spiritual growth? Here's something to think about. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The best of you are those who learn the Quran and teach it." Sahih Bukhari 50:27. Traditionally, learning the Quran was a human-to-human experience. You sat with teacher, recited, made mistakes, and improved through direct guidance and connection. If AI replaces this human element, do we lose the spiritual bond between teacher and student? More importantly, AI lacks spiritual wisdom. It can correct pronunciation, but can it truly teach the meaning of the Quran in a way that touches a heart? Fasting can be physically demanding, especially for those with health conditions. AI-driven apps are now being used to monitor hydration levels and warn you if you're dehydrated. Suggest the best suhoor and iftar meals for optimal energy. Analyze sleep patterns to ensure you're well-rested for fasting. These tools can be beneficial, but they also raise an important question. Does AI take away the self-discipline aspect of fasting? One of the main lessons of Ramadan is learning self-restraint, not just in food, but in all aspects of life. If an AI app calculates everything for you, are you still practicing true self-discipline? Allah reminds us in the Quran, and that there is not for man except that good for which he strives. Surah An-Najm 53:39. Ramadan is about learning self-restraint through personal effort. If AI does the hard work for us, are we truly training our souls? While AI has clear benefits, there are also serious risks that could impact our faith. If AI makes everything easier, fasting, praying, reciting, do we still have the same sincerity in our worship? Islam teaches that our actions should come from our own will and effort, not automation. If AI replaces that effort, does it also reduce our rewards? One of the most beautiful aspects of Ramadan is the personal connection between a Muslim and their faith. Waking up for suhoor without an AI reminder feels more rewarding. Struggling to complete the Quran with human effort brings more fulfillment. Fasting with patience, rather than relying on AI health trackers, strengthens our willpower. The struggle itself is the reward. If AI removes that struggle, does it also weaken our spiritual growth? Most AI-powered religious apps collect data on worship habits. If AI tracks our prayer times, Quran recitation, and fasting routines, where does that data go? Could it be misused? Could it be sold? Could it be manipulated in ways we don't realize? Islam values privacy and sincerity in worship. If AI records our every spiritual action, does it affect our sincerity? The Prophet Muhammad said, "Actions are judged by intentions." Sahih Bukhari 1. If AI reminds us to pray, recite, and fast, are we doing it because we want to or because a device told us to? When we think about AI in Ramadan, the first reaction is often concern. Does it take away from the spiritual essence of fasting? Does it make worship too efficient and remove the struggle that builds patience and faith? But let's be fair, AI isn't entirely bad. Like any tool, its impact depends on how we use it. If applied wisely, AI can enhance our Ramadan experience, making certain aspects of worship more accessible while still keeping the core values of fasting intact. So, let's take an honest look at the potential benefits of AI in Ramadan. One of the most common struggles among Muslims is proper Quran recitation. Many people want to improve their tajweed but don't always have access to a qualified teacher. This is where AI steps in. How AI improves tajweed and recitation. AI-powered Quran apps now offer real-time pronunciation correction. The app listens to your recitation and provides instant feedback on tajweed mistakes. Personalized learning plans. AI tracks your progress and suggests areas for improvement. Audio comparisons. Some apps allow you to hear your recitation alongside that an expert carry, making it easier to match proper pronunciation. Interactive memorization tools. AI can help with hifz memorization by recognizing which verses you struggle with and focusing on them. For Muslims who live in non-Muslim countries, finding a reliable tajweed teacher can be difficult. AI bridges this gap, allowing people to perfect their recitation from anywhere in the world. Does AI take away the traditional learning experience? Traditionally, learning the Quran has always been a human-to-human experience. Sitting with a teacher, making mistakes, and improving through guidance is a spiritual process. AI can assist in learning, but it should never replace the personal bond between student and teacher. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The best of you are those who learn the Quran and teach it." Sahih Bukhari 50:27. AI can be a helpful tool, but the best way to learn remains through human teachers and personal effort. AI can enhance Islamic learning. Many Muslims have questions about their faith, whether it's about fasting rules, hadith authenticity, or Islamic history. Traditionally, people would seek knowledge from scholars or books. But today, AI-powered Islamic chatbots and apps provide instant answers, sourced from authentic Islamic texts. How AI enhances Islamic knowledge. Quick access to fatwas. AI tools can search through thousands of scholarly opinions to provide reliable answers. Islamic search engines, instead of browsing through unreliable Google results, AI can filter information from trusted sources only. Hadith verification. Some AI-powered tools can check if a hadith is Sahih authentic, helping prevent the spread of false information. Language translation. AI can instantly translate Islamic books and tafsir, making knowledge accessible to non-Arabic speakers. For those who don't have direct access to scholars, AI provides a convenient way to deepen Islamic knowledge without misinformation. While AI is powerful, it is still a machine. It does not have spiritual understanding or the ability to interpret complex Islamic rulings the way a scholar does. Islamic teachings require context and wisdom, which AI cannot fully provide. This means AI can assist, but it should not be blindly relied upon. Always cross-check AI responses with human scholars. Allah commands in the Quran, so ask the people of knowledge if you do not know. Surah An-Nahl 16:43. AI can help, but true Islamic learning should always be based on human scholarship and wisdom. Fasting can be physically challenging, especially for elderly people, diabetics, or those with medical conditions. People fasting in extreme climates. AI-driven health apps are now helping Muslims manage their health while fasting. How AI supports fasting and nutrition. Hydration tracking. AI monitors water intake and reminds you to drink enough at suhoor and iftar. Smart meal planning. AI analyzes your nutritional needs and suggests balanced suhoor and iftar meals for energy. Fasting fitness tracking. AI helps track physical activity, ensuring safe exercise levels during fasting. Medical fasting advice. AI apps help people with diabetes or heart conditions determine safe fasting practices. For those struggling with weakness or dehydration, AI prevents health risks by providing scientific guidance. Should we rely on AI for health in Ramadan? While AI helps monitor health, it should not replace personal responsibility. Islam encourages listening to your own body and seeking medical advice when needed. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Your body has a right over you." Sahih Bukhari 5199. This means health is a priority. But fasting is also about endurance. AI can assist, but true self-discipline comes from personal effort. In today's busy world, many Muslims forget to pray sunnah and nafil prayers, make extra du'as, read Quran daily. AI-powered Islamic reminder apps can help keep Muslims on track with worship. How AI supports worship reminders. Add-in and prayer reminders. AI ensures you never miss salah, even in workplaces or travel. Dua prompts. AI suggests daily du'as, helping Muslims remain spiritually connected. Terawih and Tahajjud alerts. AI reminds you to pray extra night prayers for added blessings. Zakat and charity planning. AI can calculate zakat and recommend where to donate. For those living in non-Muslim countries, AI keeps them spiritually connected even when they are far from the Muslim community. Is AI making worship too automated? While AI helps us remember worship, the sincerity of ibadah, worship, still depends on us. Verily, the most beloved deeds of Allah are those that are done consistently, even if they are small. Sahih Bukhari 64:64. AI should be used only as a tool, not as a replacement for personal effort. The ethical and spiritual concerns. Are we losing the essence of worship? Here's where things get complicated. Islam emphasizes sincerity in worship. If AI automates every aspect of Ramadan, wake-up calls, prayers, Quran recitation corrections, where is the personal effort? Allah says in the Quran, and that there is not for man except that good for which he strives. Surah An-Najm 53:39. Struggle is part of the reward. If AI removes effort, does it also reduce the blessings and rewards? While AI can answer Islamic questions, it lacks human wisdom and context. Many fatwa, Islamic rulings, require human scholars who understand circumstances, emotions, and real-life situations. The Prophet said, "The scholars are the inheritors of the prophets." Tirmidhi 2682. Can an AI ever replace a real Islamic scholar? Probably not. AI apps collect data. If you use an AI-powered Quran app, it records your recitation, tracks your habits, and stores your personal worship details. Who owns this data? What if it's misused? Should our worship be tracked by technology? Fasting and worship require effort and sincerity. If we rely on AI to wake us up, plan our prayers, and track our progress, we might become spiritually lazy. Islam values personal connection with Allah, not robotic routines. The Prophet said, The deeds most loved by Allah are those done consistently, even if they are small. Bukhari 64:64. If AI makes us rely on technology instead of effort, are we truly practicing Islam as it was meant to be? Additionally, AI has clear benefits, but there are also hidden dangers that could affect our faith. Over-reliance on AI for worship. If AI does everything for us, are we still mindful of our ibadah? Privacy concerns. AI collects data on our worship habits. Could this information be misused? Losing the struggle of Ramadan. The effort of fasting, praying, and learning is a true blessing. AI should assist but not replace personal effort. AI is a powerful tool, but it comes with spiritual risks. Islam does not prohibit technology, but it warns against over-reliance on anything that weakens faith. Use AI as a tool to help, but not as a replacement for personal effort. Do not let AI replace sincerity, struggle, and self-discipline in worship. Ramadan is meant to challenge us, to make us grow spiritually, and to strengthen our faith through effort. AI should never take that away. The Quran reminds us, indeed, with hardship comes ease. Surah Ashar 9:46. The question we must ask ourselves is, are we using AI to enhance our Ramadan, or are we letting it replace our spiritual journey? The choice is ours. Want to explore more about AI and Islam? Subscribe now for more thought-provoking discussions.